Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we start our lesson, we will begin with reciting surah. The first one will be Surah Al-Fatihah, Surah Taha ayat 1 hingga 5, Surah Al-Insyirah, Surah Al-Kafirun, and then Surah Al-Ikhlas by 3 times. After that, followed by selawat ke atas Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam di akhirat kelak. Dan kita niatkan segala bacaan surah dan selawat kita ni untuk kedua orang tua, keluarga dan seluruh umat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kemudian doa sebelum belajar, semoga dengan usaha ini akan membantu pelajar agar mudah memahami dan dibukakan hati para pelajar untuk mencintai ilmu. Okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. 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 محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل 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 محمد
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma ftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmat-Mu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmat-Mu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, 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 Ya Rabbal Alamin. In this session, we will discuss about integers involving whole number, and it includes addition, subtraction, and multiplications of integers. So can you please get ready with your notes, page 17 until 20, your worksheet, page 17 until 20. Okay? Once you complete your notes, you can start doing your worksheet. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to first, add and subtract positive and negative integers, including through using number lines and other models. Second, multiply positive and negative integers by a positive integer. Steps to success, S to S. First, add or subtract integers using number line or applying rules. We have two methods here. First, number line, using number line, and the second one by applying rules. Okay. And second, apply rules to solve the multiplications of integers. And third, identify the key questions in solving word problems. And don't forget to copy this down in your notes, the steps to success. First, let's discuss about additions of integers. Here are the rules for additions of integers. The first one, when add a positive integer to a number, move to the right. And the second one, when add a negative integer to a number, move to the left. Let's start with this example 1. Evaluate negative 8 plus 5 using a number line and without using a number line. Alright. Number line you already learned during your primary level. Alright. And integers also you already learned during your primary level, but only for positive integers. Right now for your secondary level, you will learn about positive and negative integers. Okay. So first you do the numbering. You fill in the numbers on that line. Alright, and then when we recall the rules for additions of integers, when we add a positive integers, move to the right. When add a negative integers to a number, move to the left. Okay, we start with negative 8 here. Alright, we start with negative 8, and then we add 5. So 5 is a positive value. So you need to move 5 steps to your right, like this. Okay. Therefore, your final answer will be negative 3. Okay. Now, without using a number line, here I will show you one method. We call it housing method. Okay. And you put plus for one house and negative for the other house. And how we're going to use this housing method? You look at the sign in front of the value. For example, here, in front of 8 is negative, so 8 is negative family. Put it here. And in front of 5 is positive, therefore this 5 is positive family. Okay, and then you compare the value. Which value is bigger? 8, right? So, on the side of bigger number, you draw another box below it. Alright? And here we need to subtract 8 minus 5 and will give you 3. Hence that 3 belong to negative family. Therefore, you need to put negative in front. And the final answer will be negative 3. Next, example 2. Evaluate 2 plus bracket negative 2 using a number line. And also, you need to solve this without using a number line. I'll give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now put numbers on your number line. Okay, and remember, negative integers must be on your left hand side, and your positive integers must be on your right hand side. Okay, and here we start with 2, positive 2 here, and we need to add negative values here. By rules, if you add negative integers to a number, you need to move everything on your left. So move 2 steps to your left like this, and your final answer will be 0. Okay? And next, alright, now, please listen carefully. I want you to understand this method. Okay, I will show you this method, this rule, very useful for your for your upper level later on. Okay, now focus. Plus meet with minus. Okay, if you see signs like this, plus meet with minus, and it will be minus. Alright? I repeat myself. If you see sign meet like this, okay, and it is plus and minus, and it must be minus. The action will be minus. Alright? So it will become like this. 2 minus 2. Okay? And of course, the answer is 0. Alright? And if you apply the housing method, same like example 1, you just follow which value belong to plus or minus according to the sign in front of it. Alright, so here in front of it is plus. Okay, so you put plus here, and here the 2 here in front of it is minus, so put minus here. Alright, then we need to subtract both of them, and the answer is 0, right? And I will neither put it under plus or minus. I neither put that 0 on plus house nor negative house, because 0 is neither positive nor negative integers. And I will put it like this. So the answer is 0. Clear? And the rules that I mentioned earlier, that I explained here is very important. So make sure you remember that one. Okay? When plus meet with minus, and the action will be minus. Same goes with minus meet with plus, and the action still with minus. Okay? Next, example 3. Example 3, you need to evaluate negative 9 plus 2 plus bracket negative 3 using a number line and without using a number line. Okay, so you fill your number line first with numbers. Okay, and referring to the rules for additions of integers, when add a positive integer, you need to move to the right. When add negative integer, you need to move to the left. Okay, so here we need to add 2 and we need to add negative 3. Okay, so your plus 2, add 2 will move to the right, and negative 3 later on we're going to move to your left. Alright, we start with negative 9. Then we move to the right by 2 steps. So we stop at negative 7. And how are we going to start move that negative 3? Do not start again from where you start earlier. Okay? Start where you stop, which is on that negative 7. Okay? So negative 7, move 3 steps to your left, like this. Therefore, your final answer will be negative 10. Okay? Now, focus. This one I want you to focus. Here again, plus meet with minus here. Okay, we have clash sign here. So if clash sign like this, you need to decide it's either negative or positive. But it's not your decision, it's by rule. Okay, remember that one. It's not your decision. It's not your decision. It's by rule. Okay, remember this rule. Once you see plus meet with minus like this, okay, like this, and the action will be minus. Remember that one. Okay, when plus, sorry, I put it here. I put it here. When plus meet with minus, and the action will be minus. Remember that one. Okay, so it will become like this: negative 9 plus 2 negative 3. Okay, and then you can solve by using housing method. The first house is plus house, addition house, and subtraction house. Alright, now 9, the sign in front of 9 is negative, so put that 9 on negative house. 2 in front of 2 is positive, so 2 is positive family. 3 in front of 3 is negative, so 3 is negative family. And we can see that here we have more than one member in this family, so you need to add them. Okay, you need to add them. And 9 plus 3 is 12, so this one just bring it down. Right? And look at 2 and 12. Which number is bigger? 12, right? So on that bigger value, you draw another box below it. And what you're going to do here, you need to subtract. 12 minus 2 will give you 10. Okay? It's not yet final. It's not yet final. You need to look at where this 10 located. At positive house or negative house. And we can see that this 10 located at negative house. Therefore, your final answer will be negative 10. Okay? So this rule, please remember, it's really, really important. Now, we move to subtraction of integers. Here will be the rules for subtractions of integers, especially for your number line method. To subtract an integer, we add its opposite. Okay? To subtract an integers, we add its opposite. How it's happened? Like this. For example, the opposite of 4 is negative 4. Therefore, we add that negative 4. Okay? In other method, alright, in other method, in one expression, when I say expressions, there is a line of number that include positive and negative integers. Okay? If negative integer meet with negative integers, the action will be plus. We will add them. Okay? But the answer remain minus. The answer remain minus. I repeat myself. If negative integers meet with negative integers, the action will be plus, but the answer remain minus. Okay? In other situation, if the positive integers meet with negative integers, the action will be minus. The action will be minus. Okay? But the answer follow the sign of bigger numbers, as what I show you in previous example in additions of integers. I repeat myself. If positive integer meet with negative integer, the action will be minus, like previous example in additions of integers, but answer follow the sign of bigger number. Back to this method that I explained to you in previous slide, I will give you some questions to illustrate this situation. Alright, now look here, we have minus 4 and minus 3. Minus 4, minus 3. That means minus integer meet with minus integer. So the action will be plus. Okay, the action will be plus. So you just ignore the negative sign first. You just imagine it is 4 plus 3 like that. Okay, so 4 plus 3 is 7. And then when it comes to the answer, be careful, the answer remain minus like this. Okay, I repeat myself. If negative integers meet with negative integers, the action will be plus, but the answer remain minus. Okay, now the second one, we have minus meet with plus, minus meet with plus, and the action will be minus. So 15 minus 4 will give you 11. Alright, and look here, which one is bigger, 15 or 4? 15, right? So if 15 is the bigger, he is the king, so follow the sign. right? That is how you got negative. Okay, and same goes to the last example here, the last questions here. Negative 6 plus 20. So the action is minus, but look for the bigger value. The bigger value is 20, so 20 is the king, and follow the sign. Okay, that is how you got 14. Clear with this? And this part is really important and really useful method for your upper level. Okay, so try to understand this method. Try to understand this method. If you still don't understand, you can come and ask. I will explain it back to you again. Okay, it's really important. Proceed with example 4. Evaluate 12 minus bracket minus 8 using a number line and without using a number line. Okay, you put numbers on your number line, and remember the rules for subtractions of integers. To subtract an integer, we add its opposite. Okay, so we add the opposite of negative 8. 12 plus opposite of negative 8, which is 8, positive 8. Okay, so we continue with your number line. We start at 12, and then here we adding positive values, so move everything to your right by 8 steps. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, and your final answer will be 20. Okay, the next one, without using a number line, and focus, look here. Okay, focus and look here, pay attention, look here. We have clash sign here. So if we have clash sign like this, you need to settle it first. Okay, so if minus meet with minus, it will become plus. Okay, if minus meet with minus, it will become plus. The action will be plus. Okay, so here it will be 12 plus 8, and still you will get 20. Okay, I repeat myself. If you have clash sign like this, you need to settle it first. So here minus meet with minus will become plus. The action will be plus. So 12 plus 8 will be 20. Therefore, your final answer is 20. Next, example 5. Evaluate negative 2, negative 4 using a number line and without using a number line. I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now the rule for subtracting and integers, we add its opposite. Correct? So from here, and do not confuse, when we look here, it is actually minus positive 4. Okay, I put bracket like this, so it will be more clear to you, right? So to subtract an integer, we add its opposite. So we add the opposite of 4. Okay, we add the opposite of 4, which is negative 4. And back to our additions of integers, if we add negative integers, we move everything to the left. Okay, so complete the numbering and please copy this down in your notes. And we start at -2. Alright, then we move 4 steps to your left. And the final answer will be -6. Okay, now by using the second method that I show you in previous slide, this one, when negative meet with negative, the action will be plus, but the answer remain negative. This situation, okay? So the answer is 2 plus 4 is 6, but the answer remain negative. That is how you got -6. Okay? Makes sense, right? Right? And when I back to the housing method, one house for positive house, one house for negative house. Now, here uh, we have -2, so put that 2 in negative house. Also, we have -4, so put that 4 under negative house. And we have more than one member here, so we need to add them first. Okay, and we have 6. Okay, we have 6, and we don't have any member for positive, so of course it is 0. And now, and of course, if we don't have any positive, so we just live with this one, that 6, and that 6 is under negative house. And because of that, we need to put negative in front of that 6. Okay, clear? If it is not clear, you can repeat the same example again and again until you understand the steps, or you can come and ask. Okay. Next, example 6. Evaluate the following without the use of a number line. So, I want to see whether you understand what I already explained to you in our previous slide, the second and the third method, the housing method, and the last method that I show you just now. So I will give you a chance to try. You can use pencil. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, if you want to directly use the housing method, we have problem with the same sign here. If you see here, we have clash sign. Okay, we have 2 sign in one situation here. So you need to check again the sign. You need to decide what will be the sign here. Okay, and it's not your own decision. Okay, please remember that one. It's not your own decision. It's not just I like 8, so I put 8. I like minus, so I put minus. No, not like that. It you need to refer back to the rules. All right, so when minus meet with minus, it will become plus. Okay, and again, if minus meet with minus, it will become plus. So the situation is like this. Okay, now problem solved, so you can apply your housing method. Okay, plus here, minus here. We have negative sign in front of one, so it is negative family. 2 positive sign in front, so it is positive family. 3 positive sign in front, so positive family. We have more than one family. We have more than one member in this family, so we add first. Okay, we add them first. So 5 and 1. 5 is bigger than 1, so put another box below 5. So 5 minus 1 will give you 4, and 4 is under positive house. So the final answer will be 4. Okay? Simple? Simple. Right? Next, the last example for subtractions of integers. For part B, you are given these expressions. So how are you going to deal with these questions? I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now again we have clash sign here. So you need to decide, right, by referring to the rules. When minus meet with minus will become plus. Okay, the action will be plus. Plus meet with minus will become minus. The action will be minus. Okay, so the next one will be like this. So we have clear sign now. Here is plus, here is minus. So you can apply your housing method. And one house for positive, one house for negative. In front of 19 is minus, so it is minus family. In front of 3 is plus, so it is plus family. In front of 8 is negative minus, so it is minus family. And we can see here we have more than one family member here, so you need to add first. Okay, draw another box below them like this. So 3 remain 3, 19 plus 8 will give you 27. And look here, 3 and 27, which one is bigger? 27, correct? So put another box below the 27. So 27 minus 3 will give you 24. And look at this 24. Where is this 24 located? Under negative house, correct? So if it is under negative house, your 24 will also be negative. Okay, and the final answer will be negative 24. Next, let's move to multiplications of integers. Okay, for multiplications of integers, the rules I just want you to focus with same sign. Okay, same signs will give you positive answers. For example, in the multiplication, we have positive integers multiply with positive integers, so the answer should be in positive integers. Same goes if the multiplication consists of negative integers. multiply with negative integers. Same sign, correct? So if same sign, the answer should be in terms of positive answers. Next, example 7. Find the values of each of the following. Okay, maybe you can try first. I will give you 1 minute from now. Okay, now let us discuss the answers. For part A, look at the sign, whether they have same sign or no. Okay, if you look at A, we have same sign. So if it is same sign, the answer should be positive answer. Okay, they're happy, they have partner. Okay, so they're happy. So if they're happy, the answer should be positive answer. Okay, so the answer is 45. And B, we have different sign. Okay, so if different sign, we still have negative integers. It has no partner, no kawan, so sad, right? So the answer is negative 28. Okay. Okay, next C and D. I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now let's see. First, this is multiplication, okay? Do not confuse with addition and subtraction. First, in multiplication, look at the numbers, okay? And look at the sign, either we have same sign or no. Here you can see that we have same sign here. So, of course, you know that the final answer should be positive answer. Because we have same sign, we have partner, we are happy, okay? Happy, and the answer should be positive. So the answer is 24, right? And the next one, again, we have same sign, happy, the answer should be in positive integers. So the answer is 180. Things like that, okay? Do not confuse, just focus. If multiplication, you find out same sign, so the answer should be in positive integers. Now let us move to word problems, okay? Word problems of addition, subtraction, and multiplications of integers. Example 8. Mount Everest, the highest elevation in the wall is 8,850 meters above sea level. The Dead Sea, the lowest elevation, is 413 meters below sea level. And what is the difference between these two elevations? Okay, if it is involved above, below sea level, that is the key for integers word problem. Okay, and here we don't have in any diagram, so you can draw the diagram to illustrate the situation. Okay, like this. Now, below sea level always negative integers, and above sea level always positive integers. Remember that one. And here I put 8,850 and I put plus here. And for the below sea level, I put negative 413. Now, we can use number line actually. Yes, we can use the number line. And if we use number line, we don't need this sign. Okay, we don't need this sign. We just need to focus with the numbering here. Okay, we just need to focus the numbering here. But mind you that here we have huge value. Okay, so it is not efficient for us to use the number line. Mau na mau, you need to understand the second method, the calculation method. Okay, now if you use if you use the calculation method, so please be alert with the sign. Okay, here is negative, here is positive, and we know that difference means minus, so we minus like this. And again, minus meet with minus here, it become plus. So 8,850 plus 413, and the final answer is 9,263. Okay, so the final answer is 9,263. Example 9. A submarine hovers at 340 meters below sea level. If it descends 120 meters and then ascends 290 meters, what is its new position? Okay, I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, you don't have any diagram here, so you can draw the situation. Okay, you can draw a diagram to illustrate the situation. And for this slide, I will put a diagram so that you can have an idea what actually the situation is. Okay, here is the sea, and sea level always zero. Sea level always zero, and below sea level is negative integers, and above sea level is positive integers. Okay, and I will call it method 1, number line method. Okay, method 1, our number line method. Now, the submarine hovers at 340 meters below. So, if we are using number line, below sea level always negative. So, it is around here. Okay, around here, negative 340. Alright, and it descends 120 meters. That means that submarine turun lagi 120 meters below the sea level. So turun. So by 120, if you use number line method, you don't need that negative. Here, you just need to calculate the numbers here. Okay, for number line method. And 120 down, so it should be at 460, negative 460. And then ascend 290 meters. Naik atas. Naik atas, so by 290, and it will be negative 170. Okay, we don't need the negative sign here. You just calculate from the numbers. Calculate from the numbers. So the answer is negative 170. Okay, you just need to focus with the number on that number line. All right. But for method 2, for the calculation method, it is important for you to alert about the sign. Okay. Now, the question is about new position. The question is about new position. So, first, the submarine is at negative 340, correct? And then it descends to 120 meters. That means down lagi. Okay, down lagi by 120. And bring along the sign, so negative. And then the submarine ascend naik 290, so we put plus here. Okay, and by rules, negative made with negative will become plus, but the answer remain negative. Okay, this one. So carry it down. Negative 460 plus 290 will give you, and remember, negative made with plus will give you minus. So minus 460 plus 290 will give you negative 170. Why negative here? Because 460 bigger than 290. We need to follow the sign of bigger value. And the answer is negative 170. It's okay we have negative here because the question asks you about position. Okay. Example 10. I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now in exam, if you read the questions, make sure you directly jot down or circle all of the key information. Okay, now let's do this. The price of a share of stock started the day at $37. So it started with $37. During the day, it went down. Okay, went down by $3 means negative 3, minus 3. And then going up again by $1, so plus 1. Down again by $7, so minus 7. And up again by $4, and then it must be plus 4. Okay, you have all of this information already, so you can proceed with the proper workings. Okay, what was the price of a share at the end of the day? So 37 minus 3 plus 1 minus 7 plus 4, and the final answer will be 32. Okay, the final answer will be 32. Next, example 11. Arif is planning to go on a holiday. He searched the internet to find out the average temperature of different cities in December. The table below shows his finding. Okay, where can he go if he planned to go to the city where the temperature is below 0, between -10 and 0, and above 20 degrees? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now for A part 1, below 0 degrees Celsius, we have Moscow and Seoul. Okay, so it's either two, either you can go to Moscow or Seoul. Between -10 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, we have Moscow and Seoul. Okay, so both of them here. It's either Moscow or Seoul. You can go. And above 20 degrees Celsius, we have Singapore and Melbourne. So Arif can go to Singapore or Melbourne. Next, part B and C. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay. For part B, what is the difference in average temperature between Singapore and Moscow? So difference mean minus. So Singapore is 28 and Moscow is -5. And 28 minus bracket minus 5. So 28 plus 5, and the answer is 33. Where is it colder, Moscow or Seoul? Okay, remember for climate, for temperature, the higher the negative values, it will be colder. Okay, the higher the negative value will be colder. So here the higher negative value is Moscow. Okay, and the answer is Moscow. Right? Next, part D, I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay. The average temperature in Taipei is exactly midway between the temperature in Singapore and Moscow. What is the average temperature in Taipei? Okay, for average, you need to divide by 2 later on. Okay, for average, you need to divide by 2. So, the temperature in Taipei equal to -5, the Moscow, plus with the Singapore, 28, and divide by 2. Why divide by 2? Because of average. Right? So you should get 23 divided by 2, and the final answer will be 11.5. Okay? Next, example 12. You need to find the distance between the bird and the submarine. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay. Now, the submarine is 550 below the sea level, and the bird is 200 above the sea level. You can use two methods here. If you use number line method, you can ignore the negative here. You just count the phases here, okay? But what I'm going to show you is the second method by calculation. So, what is the distance between the bird and the submarines means we need to find the difference, correct? So, the distance equal to 200 minus with minus 550. If you're using the second method, the calculation method, please do not ignore the sign. It is very important for you to include the sign, okay? And 200 plus 550, and the answer is 750. The last example before we stop with this session, okay? And here we need to find how many meters can the submarine climb if the submarine is to be 50 meters below the level of detection. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now a radar system can detect submarine down to 250 meters below sea level. So here, okay, here 250. How many meters can the submarine climb if the submarine is to be 50 meters below the level of detection? Submarine is at 550, correct? Just now, the position of submarine is at 550 meters below the sea level, and It says how many meters can the submarine climb if the submarine is to be 50 meters below the level of detection. 250 is the level of detection, so that means submarine need to climb up to 300 meters. Okay, these 300 meters in these positions of 300 meters. So how many meters here that submarine should climb so that it will be 50 meters below the level of detection. So you can simply count the phases here, the number here, and the number of meters submarine need to climb is 550 minus 300, so 250 meters. Okay, when you count here, that submarine need to climb 250 meters to get to this 50 meters below the level of detection. Okay, and the final answer here is 250 meters. That will be the last part of our session. And don't forget to complete your notes, and you can also start doing your worksheet. And as usual, we will end our session by reciting doa. Thank you so much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.